我不记得跟这个人有什么关系。我就很好奇，我到底是谁？
feel that the world stopped for me. Very sad, very, very sad. She's been with me for almost 30 years. How can I forget her face?
我的右脚断掉，3只脊椎骨断，我整个脸破碎。 我的左眼95%瞎，还有5%的视力。这个脑壳这边开了7次，因为脑里面的血管一直漏血。
29年前的一场交通意外后，让陈国良从头到脚留下了伤痕。
那时我就在生死的边缘，医生跟我讲：“国良，对不起，对不起。” 你爆裂的血管太小了，我只可以为你祈祷。这就是我意外的照片。
经历了多达22次手术后，陈国良幸存下来。不过他的大脑却只剩下50%的容量，让他几乎丧失所有的记忆。
那时我觉得很沮丧，因为我的记忆不会回来。
陈国良的失忆是永久性的，他不记得自己曾经是轻量级拳击冠军、铁人3项选手，也不记得24岁从大学毕业后击败了7000名求职者，被一家跨国公司聘用，更不记得在就职前的1周发生了那场意外。
当我从医院苏醒，我应该是问我在哪里，你们是谁？ 为什么我在这里？可是我不就像一个 baby 刚生出来，什么都不懂。
I forgot my own name. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes. Very frustrating because you try to remember something, you try very hard, then you get very tired.
50岁的 Andy 在2年前开始发现健忘的情况日益严重。
Recently, I forget my phone number. Sometimes I forget to wear underwear, pants. I walk out from home, just wear my shirt. So nowadays, my wife will make sure I have everything.
经过医生诊断 ，Andy 才知道原来自己患上了早发性失智症。
它主要是定义于年龄65岁以下的这个年龄阶层。有的时候呢，它病情的发展呢恶化呢，会比老年人呢快。
目前处在轻度失智阶段的 Andy， 每4个月会到医院复诊。
Nowadays, I carry a pass myself so that at least I know what's my name.
每一次复诊，妻子都会如影随形。
I make sure he's near me all the time. Sometimes he get agitated and will detach from me anytime. So when I get hold of him, he can't run away.
过去10年，国立脑神经医学院新诊断的早发性失智症病例逐年上升。新加坡92000名失智症患者当中，5%的患者年龄不到65岁。Andy 被确诊的时候也不过48岁。
Feel the whole world like crumble like that. That's the end. I was so sad that I cannot cry. Very sad. Very, very sad.
Andy 患有的早发性失智症属于退化性路易氏体失智症，和其他老年失智症一样， 患者会因为脑部退化而导致记忆力和认知功能下降。
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Come, please sit down. Lewy body dementia 临床特征包括呢，病人可能是有颤抖，或者是活动缓慢，肢体僵硬。除此以外呢，有的病人呢可能有视幻觉，容易发噩梦的一个病情。Can you do this finger tapping for me? 1, 2, 1, 2, fast. Great, excellent.
失智症目前是无法根治的，到了晚期，患者的日常活动几乎完全得依赖他人照顾。
临床的证据显示呢，比较 active 的人呢，比较可以延缓失智症。所以一般上我首先都是强烈的建议呢，病人呢要开始有一定的体能的方面的一个训练，可以的话学一些新的事情啊，都会有一定的帮助。
I just can't sit back and look what's gonna happen next. Maybe I can fight for it by helping him at least gain the happiness that we used to be.
一场车祸意外让53岁的陈国良在29年前永久失去了大部分的记忆。他不但忘了自己是谁，也忘记了自己的家人。
爸，搞开门姐。我感受到空不是痛苦，我就很好奇，我到底是谁？我应该做什么？我应该讲什么？我应该想什么？我的记忆还保存着影子，所以我看见一个人，我就知道这是熟悉的人，可是我不记得跟这个人有什么关系。
医生说他剩下什么0.1%的生命，整个人杀掉。那时候他爸爸也哭了，说为什么会是我孩子这样。
陈国良还未开始重新认识家人，父亲却突然过世。
我还没离开医院，他就已经心脏病过世了，这使到我很大的内疚。
他爸爸本来是也要去动手术，他怕我两边跑麻烦很辛苦嘛，太慢了。
如果我没有遇到意外，可能他就不会死。我就怕我成为家人的累赘，永久的累赘。那时我想要自杀，我好像掉进了一个井，我周围都是暗暗的，我摸，好像没有什么出路，怎么办？那时花很多时间在脑里面唠叨，把罪怪在别人，不能接受我的缺陷，觉得很不公平，为什么命这样
？Sit down first.
Every time after our breakfast, then I make sure he do the exercise.
48岁被诊断患上早发性失智症，原本在航空公司担任工程主管的 Andy 不得不离开他坚守了28年的工作岗位。
I have to manage a group of men, like team leader, but a lot of planning. I can't do it now because I might do the wrong decision.
Andy 目前被公司转派到包装部门工作，为了延缓失智症，Andy 都会固定做些简单的运动。
Leg very tight like that, but last time was very fit. Still need to do some more.
失智症导致的记忆力和认知能力逐渐衰退，也让 Andy 难以再进行以往热爱的户外活动。
I like to go hiking, go boat fishing, so very adventure lah last time. I like to go fishing again lah, but problem is that if let's say something happened to me, it's problem for my friends also. So I okay lah, I give up lah. I know I have to move on. Many fishing equipment all I give my kakis. I left one, remind me of happy things.
在和寻死念头拔河的低潮中，一首15岁时写给自己的诗，给了陈国良活下去的力量。
这首诗给了我希望，我写说我会再站起来，活另外一条命。我看见我以前做过的事情，读过的书，可是我做过什么，我记不起，我只知道以前陈国良有做过这些东西。我就问我自己，以前陈国良是那么的棒，你呢？在这里等死吗？或者你要努力奋斗，爬出这个井？我就往上看，我看得见有阳光照下来，我就努力的爬，跌倒了几次，我就知道学到了哪一个缝不好抓，所以从错误学习。重要的是认识我自己，不等于我可以成为以前的自己，我得接受。
陈国良后来也发现，原来自己曾经有过一个笔名塔卡拉。
这个名字在日语是金银财宝，美国印第安人其中一个族群，塔卡拉就是战士。这些意思对我来说很有用。我要做一个战士，我要奋斗下去，我要成为社会的宝。
为了延缓 Andy 失智症恶化，妻子必须确保 Andy 维持日常的生活规律。因为每当 Andy 肚子饿的时候，就很容易情绪失控。
He get very agitated. Sometimes he'll be shouting.
I try to control the anger, but sometimes the hunger cause me very angry. My wife said I hurt myself until bleeding. I cut my head. I really don't know why.
The first time I saw, I was sad and scared. It's like I don't know him. People that you depend on over 10, 15 years, then suddenly you can't depend anymore. It's very, very lost for me.
Andy 情绪爆发往往都是毫无意识的，有时候甚至还忘记了结婚28年的妻子是谁。
Every day that he sees, he can't remember. He even asks me, "Who are you?"
Of course, I feel bad lah. I feel myself like a useless person. I know her since school. How can I forget her face? She says she know deep inside that I remember her what. That one is a positive thing lah. So I know it's okay to be sick.
Ni siapa?
Yati, wife.
Ha.
Hmm.
为了保存他们彼此的回忆，Andy 和妻子会经常到住家旁的公园回首从前。
Going back to our younger days when we just shifted here, we just got married. We blow bubble here, play around here.
和失智症共处2年下来，他们夫妻俩都已经接受了那最终无法挽回的结果，而且都已做好了事前准备。
We went to make our lasting power attorney so that my wife got support lah.
I have to accept that I'm losing him slowly. Even as much as I tried, I have to accept. So now the greatest challenge and scariest thing for me is to, what if I go first, who gonna take care of him? Not everyone understand how he,
在 Andy 被诊断出患有早发性失智症的2-3年前，父亲也因为失智症而过世。
When it get worse, he have to be fed by tube through his nose, so he then cannot enjoy makanan when it's end of life.
父亲的经历也让 Andy 对自己患病后的未来感到迷惘。
There is a lot of struggle. I hear my own voice telling me to hurt myself sometimes. Like a movie theater in front of my eyes. I can visualize myself doing it.
不过，家人的支持和信仰的力量，让 Andy 渐渐找回了迷失的自己。
The voice nowadays still have, but lesser. I know my family voice is stronger than the rest. If I hurt myself, I'm hurting them more than myself. Actually, I never end my problem. I feel very happy when they are here. When I join the interaction, I feel very happy.
在聚会中途 ，Andy 却突然感到不适。
Signal for me when he's like very much not relaxed like start moving around things like that. I get him to rest and simple massage, not for him to get very stiff.
I like the family crowd, but sometimes when there's too much crowd, too much noise, I don't know where I am. Initially it was bad lah, but now I try to make the best of it because I know my family is here. I got this sickness and I got closer with my family. I think this is a present from God. I'm here in this world for a reason, to give awareness to people out there that there is hope and there is help out there.
24岁那场意外后，陈国良虽然失去了记忆，也无法回到从前的自己，但他仍然决定拥抱伤痕，带着过往战士的精神，面对新的自己。
我用这个地方来训练我的体能，我是跟自己挑战，因为我知道我跟别人不相同，我不会让这个不相同阻碍我、阻止我去训练，来发挥自己的本能。
在重新找回自我的过程中，陈国良无意间的一个邂逅，为他的生命带来了新的启发。
那时我看见一个年老居民在卖图画，其中一个我看见，哇，让我领悟到，国良，你有你的任务，你就像那只灯塔照射着，让人家看见你就觉得有希望。我不是要回到以前的我，我是要好好利用现在的我。
目前，陈国良在一家慈善机构从事服务长者的工作。
我给你北姐啊，给你北姐。
每逢周三，无论刮风下雨，他都会利用午休时间当义工，为社区的乐龄人士派发食物，还为他们理发。
今日天气真好哦，是吧？凉凉。1年多了，我来这里帮助他们，我们已经好像是好朋友。球球，我可以跟他们接触交流，又可以帮他们理发，这种义工的服务给我生活带来一个价值。
我们就有请陈国良。
谢谢。我第一次不及格，我不放弃。
重新找到人生的使命，陈国良这些年来也积极学习演讲技巧，并在各个演讲会上分享自己浴火重生的经历。
Welcome to Pakala Park.
My fracture was not a perpendicular fracture; it was a diagonal fracture.
说说我的经历，可以让我活一个有意义的命，因为我 喜欢这个助人为快乐之本的心态。我希望他们听到我的故事之后，他们会用另外眼光来看待自己。如遇到困难，他们不会放弃。
When there's a will, there will be a way, and this I believe.
Today a bit more special because today she's around. No fish, never mind, but at least I come back, bring back a lot of memories.
See the constellations, all the
Nowadays, it's more like family, everything are all together. For the past 2 years, it's not an easy journey. Even in the hardest time, we'll always be together. I'll never leave you.
oh, it's a long way back to what we used to.
患上了早发性失智症，看似让人无能为力，却也让 Andy 更勇敢地活着。
Mana dia?
I feel that I've lost myself, but slowly and surely I'm bringing myself together. At least have a happy life before I die. My family all around happy, not sad. Want them to know that I love them so much.